What's up, guys? It's your girl Nosh. Just a quick little message in between your readings. Figured let's take a break from the tarot. If you're interested, there are videos that are up for all zodiac signs. Go check them out, please. Thank you so much for supporting this channel, by the way. And speaking of, if you're listening, please hit the subscribe button if you would like. Please hit the notification bell, and please leave a comment at the bottom. Spirit, I just ask that you on a daily, please, Spirit, Universe, God, I ask that you please help me transmute all negative energy, all energy that is projected onto me, whether it may be evil, jealous, envious, hatred, resentment, unforgiveness, whatever the energy is. I ask that you please help me transmute it into positive energy that I can actually help this world with, positive energy that I can actually heal others with. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Guys, be very grateful for when the universe has you connect with someone, whether that connection lasts or not, whether that connection is a loving connection or a not so loving connection. Be very grateful towards the universe, because I believe the universe is always teaching you. It's always teaching you. Whatever you're lacking, whatever you're asking for, the universe will find a way to teach you that exact thing through an experience of meeting an individual, an experience of going through something in life. I highly think it's always experiences of meeting individuals that will teach you who you are, because everybody you meet, you understand who you are. You know, everybody is like a catalyst to help you understand who you are. And my advice to you is don't be reactive. You know, don't react to them because you have to. I feel like the universe is teaching you to be who you are, no matter where you're put. You know, it's like when you get dunked in water, instead of taking the shape of the water, you stay who you are. Right? Does that make sense? Like, you know how you put water in anything and water becomes that? I love that example. Like, you put red into the color red in the water turns red, right? But once you flush that, like if you flush it out with more water, the red will be flushed out. So you are that water, in a sense, where if you're put somewhere, flush out whatever's around you, clean it out. Be so healing, be so positive that it cleans it out. Do not take form, especially if it's negative, of your surroundings. Do not take form of whoever you're around. Do not become them if they're negative, especially if they're negative. If they're positive, it depends on how they move. If they're a good person, yeah, of course, like you wanna mesh with that. You wanna mix with that. But if it's something that is not positive, something that's negative, keep your boundaries. And that's another thing. Boundaries is very important. We have so many individuals that walk around with no boundaries whatsoever, and it's a sad, sad sight. And you're going to be like, well, what does it mean not to have boundaries? Well, it means to basically annoy others. Because when you have boundaries, you understand that since you don't want to be annoyed, you won't annoy others. You know, that's like the clear-cut example I can give you. When you have boundaries and the way you love and the way you are, you have boundaries about that. And if someone crosses that boundary, or someone, and when I say cross that boundary, I always talk about being disrespected. When someone comes into your line of your boundary is right here, and there's a line, right? And someone steps over that boundary. Give you an example. You don't like to be touched. Someone crosses your boundary of being touched and puts their hand on you. How does that make you feel? Not so comfortable, right? Not so happy, right? So that's what happens if you were to use that idea of a boundary, with everything that you do in life, and especially your own life, especially you and who you are. If you don't have boundaries, I don't think a lot of things will work out for you. You will keep coming up with the same results. Boundaries are very necessary and healthy to have. And you will see people who don't have boundaries. Why? You know how you'll see that they don't have boundaries? Because they'll cross your boundaries all the time. People do that. You can automatically tell if someone doesn't have a boundary is when they cross yours. You can tell someone doesn't have respect for themselves when they disrespect you. You could tell how someone speaks to themselves the way they talk to you. You could tell someone is hateful if they're hateful towards themselves when they're hateful towards you. Happy people don't hate people, and hating people are not happy. Always remember that. People who constantly hate on others, they're not happy. That's the problem. But guess whose problem that is? It's their problem. It has nothing to do with you. And going back to what I said, be grateful for the people that you meet. Each individual will teach you this is how a person can be. Then you can pick and choose, who do you want to mix yourself with? Do you want to mix yourself with the self-proclaimed asshole? The morally ambiguous person? Like who do you choose to be with? Who do you choose to define you? Because whoever you hang out with, whoever you are with, defines who you are. Long time ago, our parents told us, birds of a feather flock together. That's very true. You don't understand how true that is. If you fly with eagles, you'll become an eagle. If you sit with millionaires, you will become a millionaire. You sit with assholes, you become an asshole. So please, please, please be aware of these ungrateful motherfuckers that are walking around on this planet Earth, because I feel so sad for them. And they think in their heart that they're right. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's good for them. That's their journey. You don't even have to sit there and try to justify that what they're doing is wrong, because you know what? Sooner or later, it will come out. The truth is always revealed sooner or later. That's why this year is a beautiful year for that truth to be revealed. There's so many things that are coming to light. So for the past 3 to 4 years, there's a lot of things that have been being dragged into the light so people can see, like, here, look, this is what's really going on. You can see that in the media. You can see that in the news. You can see that around the people in your family, your friends, people around you at your job. Because it's the year of 2024. The year of karma. Whenever something is done, there is a consequence to it. There's always a consequence attached to each and every action that you create. It's a pattern. Smart individuals will understand that if you do this, this is what's going to happen. It's never, will you do something and throw it in the air and there's no consequences to it. No matter what you do, good or bad, there's always a consequence to it. You may not see the consequence right away, but it is there. It has been created. Just like your movement was created, you created the movement. Now there's a consequence that's been created after that movement. It's basically like a boat. When you take a boat out in the river or a lake, right? What does it do? It makes waves. It makes waves. There's a long time ago where, elderly old people. Sorry, I'm one of those old people now. Elders used to say, make waves. The eccentric elders, the revolutionary elders, the independent elders, the elders with that mindset, that told you that freedom was everything. Those are my favorite type of elders. I'm one of those elders now where I teach people freedom is everything. Make waves. So when a boat makes waves, that's called a wake. It's waking up the waves, and that's how you're getting that wave. So in a sense, whatever you do, there's a wake behind it. There's a movement behind it. There's a wave behind it. Just like you see a boat, and it makes waves as it's moving in the water. You make waves when you move in the water. When you step in the water, the ripple effect that happens. You put one finger in still water, you're gonna create ripples. What do you think? Do you still think that every action does not cause a ripple effect? Every action you make, there's consequences behind it. And those consequences are something that you have to take responsibility of, especially if you're the one who created that movement. There's a lot of people living in this world that make movement and don't take responsibility behind it. Now that's the sad thing. Why am I doing this message? Because I think there's people out there that need to hear, if you're not grateful for the little things, you will never be grateful for the big things. If you don't take responsibility over your actions, it don't matter if you pay your bills on time. It don't matter if you arrive to work on time. It don't matter if you do this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, you're still considered irresponsible because you created an action and you did not take a responsibility after it. That's what I'm trying to say. Live intentionally. Live intentionally, so this way when you make waves, when you make movements, you are aware of the consequences of it, and then you do take responsibility over it. People who live unintentionally don't do that. They just do shit, like driving in a car and throwing the litter out the window. Then there's people who have litter, garbage in their car, right? They'd rather keep it in their car till they find a garbage can, then they'll release it. That's the two types of people we're living in this world with. People that will actually walk to the garbage can and throw something out, and people who will just throw it right there. Who are you? Who are you? Because each action is causing a movement. The person who's going to the garbage can is making a movement of trying to keep things clean, keep the environment clean. The person who's throwing it into the environment is the one that has no boundaries. That's another thing. They have no boundaries. That's why they're throwing trash exactly where they're sitting. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you guys. So another reason, the inspiration to this message was because I was thinking about a certain individual that I met in my life who has no boundaries whatsoever. And they walk around like everybody owes them something, or everything belongs to them, or they're able to, have a say in everything. It doesn't work like that. Because I don't know, I know I watch K-dramas. You probably watch K-dramas if you listen to me, because you know how much I love them. And I see that shit happen in the K-dramas all the time. And then when I actually met someone like that, I was just like, what the fuck? Stay the fuck away from me. Individuals like that, I do not mix with. Stay yourself over there. I'm going to stay myself over here. Because you have to understand, no matter how strong you are, just because you mix with someone, what happens is you absorb their energy. Especially if you're an empath, especially if you're a very sensitive individual, you will take on their energy. So what you must do is constantly clean yourself. That's number one. When you wake up, clean yourself, because you don't know what you picked up from your dream world. When you are about to go to work, make sure you're protected, you're zipped up. When you get out of work, clean yourself, make sure you're protected, you're zipped up. So this way I would still clean myself regardless, because you still don't know. The residuals of whatever is protecting you. It could get on whatever's protecting you, the residuals of whatever you absorb. That's what I'm trying to say. So constantly, please keep yourself clean. Please keep yourself pure. And when I say pure, in the sense of, whenever I use this word, people get so uncomfortable. Pure doesn't mean, a virgin, this, and that. Pure means staying clean in your heart. Because when you make clean choices from your heart, when you make choices that are clean, if you get what I'm saying, the choices that you make that leave your heart feeling light, you don't have to think about it afterwards. Make those choices. But then again, we have people who live in the world that make choices and don't even think twice about the choice that they made. They don't care if it hurts someone or not. That's what I'm talking about. Make choices that don't hurt other people. Make choices that make you understand that what you're doing is you're doing it for you. If you live in an environment, if moving out is the only choice you have, but you moving out is going to hurt other people's rent, that's not hurting someone. That's not. If that environment is negative and then you're choosing to move out, you're not, if big deal, you're going to hurt their pocket. I'm talking about when it comes to the well-being of you and others. If leaving the window open is going to cause a child to get sick in your house, or someone to get sick in the house, then close that window. That's what I'm talking about. It's easy, because sometimes you guys are like, oh, well, we need an example. I know I used to be the same way. I need an exact example of what you're talking about. Sometimes you have to be a little more imaginative. You know what I mean? You're not going to get the answers to everything, but you will get the answers inside of you. The answers are inside of you. So going back to what I was saying, make moves that are intentional, not unintentional. Walk with intention and a purpose. Be caring, be kind, be giving, be generous, but also have strong boundaries. Learn how to respect yourself. I think once you learn how to respect yourself, you automatically are able to respect others' opinions, others' needs, and how others are. And then you can make the choice whether you want to mix with them or not. But you're still respecting them. You can respectfully say, look, I decline your offer. I don't want to hang out with you. You know why you don't want to hang out with them. Do you need to tell them? No, it's not their fucking business. Someone makes you feel uncomfortable. The biggest thing that you need to understand is, are you comfortable where you are? If yes, you feel comfortable, you feel safe, you feel secure, then good. But if you don't, change it. Change it. Don't try to change people. Change your environment. Change yourself for them. Okay? Because you really have to understand, people nowadays just don't give a fuck. And those people that don't give a fuck about someone else's well-being, someone else's property, someone else's thoughts, someone else's feelings, those are the people you want to stay away from. Sometimes you need to share the truth, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just need to zip it up, keep quiet, and just move yourself. Well, I'm going to end this video at that point, because I think some people really need to hear that part. If you're not liking something, just remove yourself. Stop trying to control the situation. Stop trying to change the environment. You ain't going to be able to do it, because these people are the way they are. Change yourself. You know how? Change your environment. Change who you are being with these people. Stop being like them. Be who you are and walk the fuck away. All right? All right, guys, I hope you have a good day. I hope this message helped. Please leave a comment at the bottom and tell me how you feel about it. And enjoy your day. Bye.